everybody, and welcome to a Tatter-a-fact here at the Girlz Inc. studio in Las Vegas. I am happy to be here today, and I'm going to talk about something. I've talked about it a lot, just in different ways, um, throughout the podcast over the last couple years, and entrepreneurship, specifically, just on some tips that I can give you that I've learned or recognized, um, that will help you build the career that you want or achieve the success that you want. You know, there's some PMU artists that are like me, and when they got into PMU, um, they realized that they had, I mean, really big dreams. They wanted to do big things. They wanted to lecture on stages in front of audiences. They wanted to deliver a message, an important message to the industry. They wanted to create amazing classes. They wanted to do big things in the industry, big dreams. And then there's PMU artists, and their dreams are a little more modest. And then everywhere in between, we're all really unique individuals, and we all want different things, um, with our careers and from the PMU industry. So no matter if your dreams are more modest or if they're the biggest dreams out there, some of these tips and things that I'm going to talk about today, I think anybody can find value in. I hope so anyway. These are some of the things that I've noticed about myself that either I was lacking and I had to develop with myself, or some things that I had to put in place in order to achieve my goals, both as an artist with my work and with my dreams and goals within the industry. My biggest dream, what really, first of all, you have to have something behind it, like something that really propels and drives that big dream, that or your modest dream. Mine, I had big dreams, and what propelled that was I wanted to really impact the industry. I wanted to make positive changes for the industry because 22 years ago, I felt there was a lot of things with the industry that needed change. And there were some things about the PMU industry that really bothered me. You know, if you remember, I was a body tattoo artist as well. So I was in body tattooing. I was deep into body tattooing for quite a few years, and just as deep in PMU. And, you know, I've talked about this before, so I'm not going to get into all the things that bothered me with PMU. But the biggest thing was I felt the PMU industry and the women in it were being taken advantage of. And it bothered me. It bothered me. There were some things that I had come to learn through experience and really understand and believe through my training in body tattooing that absolutely crossed over into PMU and would help artists in PMU. But it wasn't being discussed. It wasn't being talked about. It wasn't being taught. It was almost, it was a taboo back then. It was a taboo. And I just felt a lot of women, or a lot of people in the PMU industry, they were at a disadvantage because they weren't being taught everything about tattooing. And that's what we do. We tattoo faces. We happen to tattoo eyebrows. We tattoo eyeliner, lips. Some people are doing paramedical work with the areola and scar camouflaging. It's all tattooing. And now our industry is kind of tiptoeing into tiny tats, which some people are really super happy about and some people are super angry about. But isn't that with everything in our industry? It seems like the only thing we can all get along or agree on is when it comes to cross contamination and good bloodborne pathogen protocol. But everything else is up for debate, and we sure do debate about it. And that's okay. I'm a big believer. I was on the debate team in high school. My father's a big debater, debating uh, politics and subjects around the dinner table growing up was encouraged by my father. And I think maybe at first, I was a little chicken-hearted, and when my dad didn't agree or he would debate his issue, he was very passionate about it. I almost took it as, an argument was ensuing. I'd watch him and my grandmother argue, or him and my aunties argue, and it would upset me. And I would think, that, oh my gosh, they're arguing and they don't like each other. And I can remember feeling super sensitive about it. And one day my dad recognized that with me. And because I got up from the table and, and I had tears coming down my eyes, and I went to the bedroom, and he came in and talked to me and asked me what was the matter. And I told him that I didn't like that him and Nana, were fighting. And he explained to me that they weren't fighting, and that they were debating. They were debating an issue. And he really took the time to explain to me what debating is and the difference between debating and arguing and fighting, and a healthy debate, and how a healthy debate can turn into an argument and a fight if there's not rules and guidelines in place, or mutual respect for each other's opinions. And from that day forward, me and my dad have had lots and lots, thousands of talks about debating different issues. So I'm a proponent of debating, but with a healthy attitude, and all parties in that debate maintaining and extending respect towards each other, even if you don't agree. I think a really good debate can it can do a lot of things. It can really open your eyes to why that person has that opinion. You can learn a lot about not just the issue or the topic at hand, but you can learn a lot about that person and why they have that opinion. And when you learn more about that person and where maybe that opinion comes from, something in their background, the way they were raised, whatever, then it's much easier to have empathy for that person and that opinion. You can understand why that person has that opinion. You still may not agree. A debate is not really meant to get everybody to agree. A debate is just to get, a group of people really understanding each other's opinion and maybe looking at things with new insight, a new set of eyes, a new filter. And I think when you leave a good debate, if you're a good debater and a good debatee, if that's a word, you leave really, I think, smarter. You learn a lot about that topic, about that person, and it feels really, really good. So that's what I would like to see, for this industry, is more healthy debates rather than just the arguing, back and forth, which happens a lot, and it's unfortunate.